Bienvenidos, amigos. Welcome, friends. To Always Randy. We are coming to you live from El Priorat, the Priorat wine region in Spain. It's only 2 hours from Barcelona. It's an easy ride. The last part up beautiful winding mountains that reminded me of Tuscany. And this is one of the most amazing wine regions I've visited, and I've visited most of the ones in the world. And I absolutely say that this is my favorite wine region in Spain. And I've been fascinated to see, it's like coming to Napa. I imagine it's like coming to Napa 100 years ago when they were just getting started, because it's only in the last 40 or 50 years that Priorat has started distributing their wines commercially. Before that, for the last 900 years, the Carthusian monks and the people that lived here, the few people, because it's so remote and there's no access, there's no train, there's no metro, there's no bus, and they made all of their wines, these exquisite wines, in their home, and they were selling them for like 30 centavos per liter. And now all of a sudden, Robert Parker, the great wine critic, comes in, gives a Priorat 100, and now they're selling for 80 to 90 to 100 euros a bottle for the finest ones. But you can still buy some incredible, extraordinary wines for 25 euro here. And we're just taken with the place. This where we're at now is where we're staying. It's this little B&B, and it's just darling. And so the mountains, the vineyards are steep, the vines are very small, as you'll see. So we're going to give you a little tour of Priorat, and I want to tell you, it is one of my favorite places on earth. So join us now. Thank you.
So that's the modern Priorat, so that's what the world thinks Priorat is. And that's what we call the classic Priorat. That's the first wine that was bottled and made in the region, and that's what grandparents here thinks Priorat is. So that's what we consider the real Priorat.
Much nicer. This is smelling like Jesus, So think about where I'm going to take the wine the water. And you can see the face of the three reds. The youngest, 4 and close. Here is 7, 12, and 18.
This one is a bit sloppy. Priorat is slopey and sloppy, as we say.
Sloppy and sloppy?
Yeah, exactly. So, how old do you think these vines could be? They're old.
Old.
Yeah.
25, 30,
Wow.
100 years?
Now we're talking. Yeah, so they are, but according to the guy who still owns and takes care of this small plot, they are in their 120s.
Wow.
This is the model, and I'm going to try to replicate, because this is the label we have to stick manually. Now we understand why it costs 105, because a PhD is sticking labels. So then the back.
Because Jorge is labeling manually.
Exactly, I'm such an artisan.
Not Jorge.
Jordi. Yeah.
Jordi.
And then I need the correct wine appellation sticker, which is this one, because it's for Rocapolli. Just a sec. Okay, see? This is so professional. And now we have to foil. Yeah, because it has to look fancy schmancy. So cool is this?
Wow.
Very cool. Okay, this is just a little bit of the beautiful land and the terraced vines. It's crazy how pretty it is and how undeveloped it is. But here are our traveling partners, Sven and Jean. And they have been so much fun. We have had so much fun. And this is their very first wine tasting of their life. So what did you think, guys?
I think it's perfect.
It's fantastic.
Good, good,
Yeah, it's
good.
very nice.
Okay.
Thanks, Randy.
Let's go.
Excellent.
Let's come back to Priorat.
Oh, of course. 我想知道，就是昨天你最喜欢的是哪一款酒
No comprendo.
？OK，
Randy, what's your favorite wine yesterday?
My favorite wine, mi favorito vino, Botello de Rojo de Mas. Is that right? De Mas?
I think so.
Is that right, Gina?
I think so.
Mas Deo. Yes,
Deo.
si.
The house of the god.
House of the God.
Yeah, means in
Sí,
Catalan.
Mas Deo.
Yeah.
That's so we're actually speaking 4 languages: Catalan, Espanol, Chinese Mandarin, and English, Southern English. Haha. So we just arrived back home from our trip this weekend to Priorat. Wow, what a time! You know, I've visited wine regions all over the world: Australia, Africa, Italy, France, England, and the United States, of course. And of all the wine regions I've visited, Croatia, this is my favorite. I have to say, it's small, it's quaint, cozy and comfortable. And so we had such a wonderful time. So we thought we would introduce you to the wines a little bit, tell you a little tiny bit about our experience. So we went to 3 different wineries. We went to Cellars Scala Dei, which is the oldest and the largest Priorat winery. But when I say large, that means nothing compared to most of the other wineries of the world because it is very small. They have a very small production, about 160,000 bottles per year, compared to the millions, right? In Penedès, where they just a nearby region where it's Cava, sort of the French version of Champagne, where they do millions of bottles each year. And then we had lunch at Font de la Figuera, and I'm going to have Gina tell you about that. And then in the evening, we went to Benici, de Benici, a Cellars de Benici, which was another totally different experience, a very small winery. And I'll show you in a little bit, they actually put the labels on by hand. The foiling, everything is done by hand.
They only do 10,000 bottles a
Yeah,
year.
10,000 a year. So it's very small, very fascinating. But oh my, the wines are delicious. So Gina, tell me about your favorite wine, and then tell us a little bit about the lunch.
Okay. It's very hard to say which is my favorite wine. I think I would have to choose between is this the Viognier?
This is the Viognier.
The Viognier that we had at Font de la Figuera, which was heavenly. And then this is a Priorat, a white Priorat, which we had at De Vinici. I don't know why I leaned more toward the whites, but they were all spectacular. We drank a lot of wine yesterday. We were talking to our friends coming back, and the tours were only supposed to be an hour and a half, and ours were like 2 hours plus. So sometimes they all kind of blend together. Mm-hmm. But I would say those 2 were my favorite. And then lunch that we had, excuse me, at Font de la Figuera. We also had stayed at the B&B there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a cute little not Airbnb, but a B&B. And the lunch, we chose the set menu with 4 pairings. And oh my goodness.
Farm to table.
Yeah, it was incredible. they brought, help me with this, the salad. It's the best salad I've had since I've been in Spain. Just green, leafy, everything in it. It was so good. We had patatas bravas. You can't get away from patatas bravas in Spain. And we had, help me.
Pâtés, assortment of pâtés.
Pâtés. And what was the last one?
Pan de tomate.
Pan de tomate, which you did on your own at the table. And that was just our starter. And that served our whole table. And then I had wonderful grilled lamb chops with some more patatas. And then
I had a local sausage with padron peppers. It was all local, all farm to table. It was delicious. We had 5 wines with the pairings for the meal, and it was only 54 euros per person for everything. It was just fast, and coffee and water. So it was a wonderful time.
And that was the wine that we had paired with our meal, right?
Yes.
From there, yeah, the white
Yes,
wine.
yes. We said Viognier, but it's technically a Priorat, but it's Viognier, primarily Viognier grapes, which is my favorite white grape. So it was just a wonderful time. And of course, we bought an olive oil that was exquisite at Clos Figueres. And it's only for special occasions, right? We will never cook with this. We'll just put it on salads and add it to different things. So it was just wonderful. So we had the tastings were so unique compared to any tasting of the hundreds I've done. It was so unique because it was only the 4 of us. It was just Jean, Sven, Gina, and I. And all the tastings were just us. And they would talk to us about the history, about the wine, about any kind of questions we had. And they were, none of the 3 were repetitive. They were all so new. Like, they were just this incredible quotes, like Veronica at Cellars de Scala Dei. She just said, every wine has a moment. And I thought that was just such a beautiful quote, is when I said, what's your favorite wine? Because she's been all over the world. And she said, oh, I can't say my favorite wine because every wine has a moment. And I thought that was beautiful.
And all these wines are DOQ, correct?
Yes, they're all DOQ.
DOQ, and we asked what that was, and the Q stands for qualified. And Veronica was telling us, because that was the first winery that we went to, what it does is the country says how they have to grow the grapes and what they can do. They aren't allowed to use any equipment in the vineyards. Everything is done by hand. The tilling, the pruning, the cutting, the sorting, it's all done by hand. And then inside they have these concrete vats.
At Cellars de Scala.
See, the first one.
Scala Dei. It's done just like the Carthusian monks did it over 1,000 years ago. They still make wine exactly the same. There's no oak, as she called it, there's no interference. And
But in those concrete vats, they just put the grapes in and let them ferment naturally and everything else, and don't add anything or whatever. And
they're exquisite.
yeah, they're really good.
Our little B&B was so cozy and comfortable, and the hosts there were incredible.
I went breakfast this morning.
The breakfast was unbelievable. So we just really had a great time. We had to tell you about this. We were going to do the paper plane cocktail today, but because we did this kind of impromptu trip, we were so excited about it, we thought we better make a video while we can. So thanks for listening. And oh my gosh, if you want to go to one of the greatest wine regions on earth, go to Priorat. Thanks.
Bye.